Alrighty, hello everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do the sewing. Let me grab my yarn darner. Alright, so we'll be using one of these. This is just a little plastic one. Really any sewing needle will work. It just needs a large enough eyelet right here to allow for yarn to pass through easily. So we have our bottom, and we should have 4 of these. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sewing on the inside, and that'll kind of give it a nice little puffy look. So let me go through the first little bit of it. So when you go to sew, you don't actually have it attached to the rest of your yarn, so you want a pretty generous amount. Usually what I do, because I like to try to sew multiple squares together at once, and I double it up. You don't have to, it's just for a little added strength. So I have one end of it, and I just kind of twist it around. Let me move this stuff so it's a little easier to see. Okay. So what I do is I take one end of the yarn and I twist it around, just kind of pull it through, and then hanging on to that yarn, I just kind of pull the needle into the middle until I find the end here. And then, hang on. What you'll do is you'll just kind of tie it around a couple of times. So I kind of loop my finger in and then pull it like this, and I double knot, and then I leave can you back up, bud? You're right in the shadow, so it's hard to see. Thank you. Love you. So I keep a little bit of a tail here so I can tie it on to the end. Then find my needle. Whoop. So we're gonna grab the grass block down here, and then we'll also grab one of the sides here. Alright, so we got this. And I'm going to line these two up together and kind of tie them together. Oh, no, thank you, bud. There we go. So I'm going to tie these together just kind of as an anchor here. So that will help to keep it from going all over the place and whatnot. Another option is you can also kind of pin these edges here together. I actually lost my little plastic, they're kind of like safety pins for yarn. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to take a second yarn darner and just kind of hook these sides together. And hopefully that'll keep it secure enough so I can just kind of go back and forth on it. So we go ahead and feed this into here. Thank you, bud. My son is helping me out again. So let's see. Pulled that in, and you don't want to pull too hard on this first one because you can pull the knot out. And for extra security, I tie the yarn that is attached to my sewing yarn to one of the tails here. And then from here, what you do is you kind of just go back and forth. I prefer to stay on the inside edge because I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a look that I like. And then, yeah, you just go back and forth. You try to keep them close, so if you're able to... Oh, that was quite the sneeze. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. So if you guys are able to... shoot, what was I saying? There's a lot of distractions in this house. It'll come to me eventually. Oh, that's what I was saying, okay. So if you guys can kind of see where the next stitch starts, that's always a good guideline. So, just continuing to go back and forth. And yeah, just trying to keep them close so that way the stuffing doesn't come out. You can choose to go through both of the loops that we have, or you can choose to just go through one. If you end up grabbing more than one loop, don't worry about it. Won't really matter too much. So, let's see. This part is usually pretty quick. It's more tedious than anything because, you know, you're just sitting there going back and forth. And just with how much you have to do, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of flip it this way now that I have a good start to it. And then, my lovely singing. Hayden, you need to leave that alone. Thank you. How much homework do you have left?
I just did 4 sentences.
Awesome. Do you have another page to do?
Hey,
okay.
Bud, you ain't done with your homework yet. Are you recording right now?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. We have a very lively family here, so. My son, he is 6 years old. He is in kindergarten right now, and he absolutely loves Minecraft. That's actually where I got the idea to make Minecraft cubes. I bought this yarn, this brown yarn here. I can't remember what project I had in mind, but I decided that I didn't like the look of it, so instead of throwing it away, I decided to make the Minecraft cube. And here we are. So, coming up on this last one. Let's see. Okay. Sometimes these corner ones can be a little tougher to get through. As you can see, I'm kind of just going through this first side, and then I'll figure out where I want to secure it to. So, finding the bottom rightmost point, and then these two are now stitched together, so it'll kind of hang out like this once we get the stuffing in. And then I'm going to take another one of the grass blocks and stitch it along this side, keeping this thing handy so I can secure those sides. So now we got this guy coming into the ring. And then, let's see, I'm going to secure these sides. They kind of like to curve a little bit. So I got this one. And let's see. Okay, that's a little too far away. So right there. And there. I think that will work out pretty good. Alright, so I don't really have any stragglers to tie this tail into, so I'm just going to dive right into it and get this corner secured. Once you get the corner secured, usually the rest kind of falls together. And also remembering that we're sewing the inside together, and so these little wavy bits that we did for our grass blocks, those will be on the inside. Alright, so we got this guy. I'm gonna just continue stitching. And there's a couple of ways to do this. You can kind of start going straight to a cube pattern by connecting like the sides together as well. Right now I'm just showing how to get this base set up, and then we'll kind of be going back around and sewing up, if that makes sense. Getting those sides secured. Let's see, where's my guy? There's my guy. There we go, and I'm hoping that I can finish the whole cube together in this one video, but I am actually getting ready for work. I just wanted to get part of this done because I know it's taken me a while to get it. So I found a spark of motivation and decided to just get it done, hopefully. Alright. So again, just trying to stay on this inside loop. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but there's actually this loop here that's outer and this loop here that's on the inside. And I'm just kind of going for the one that's on the inside. One of the things that I do like about the sewing portion of this is that you can really do it any way you want. I just prefer to sew from the inside because it gives it the look that the diamond cube had in the first video. And it looks like my thing here didn't want to do its job, so put it right back just to keep on track. Oh, I guess I switched that one up a little bit. It's no big deal. When you're sewing with this, it is kind of a pain to try to get it back through, but if you have to, what you would do, so let's say if I wanted to undo this stitch, you would just find the yarn here and pull it, and then what you have to do is you have to guide the needle back through, and it undoes it. So that is kind of a pain. It's not like when we're doing the actual crocheting where you can just pull on it and then it comes through, but it is what it is. That's why I'm not too picky with my sewing, is I know that nobody's really going to be able to see it, and it's just too much of a pain. Unless I really mess up something, then I'll go ahead and undo it. Alright, so I'm just kind of, for securing it, you can see I have the tail end here from where we actually started the block, and I'm just going to pick a loop and push it through, and then find the most corner stitch I can find. And there's that. Alright, so we got 2 done. I think we'll go ahead. I still got plenty of yarn for at least one more. I'm not sure about a third one, but we'll see. And I believe I got time. So I will go ahead and show you guys how to do this third one, and then the remainder of the video might have to wait until next time. Unfortunately, I don't think my boss is going to be cool with me being late for this tutorial video. They're pretty chill, but I don't think they're that chill. Alright. So, it actually looks like this one is a little bit wider than the other, and that's not going to matter too much. I just continue doing what I did for the other ones, making sure that the inside is on the inside, and continuing on. Right. So, this guy trying to get in my way. So, into that one. There we go. And for the way that I'm stitching, it's just my preference. Another option that you could do is just pick one side that you'll continuously go through. I prefer not to, just because it gives it kind of like a seam going on the one side, and it just kind of loops around like that. So just going for these little stitches. That's why it looked like it wasn't going all the way through.